Okay, class, for today, English class, we're going to do the student book pages 28 and 29. That is the beginning of the unit 3, eyewitness. Is the heading of the unit, and the heading of this class is our environment. So pay attention to the picture. It says aftershock, okay? That shows you like posters about movies. Let's talk about natural disasters in movies. So there are movies about natural disasters. Okay, part 1A says make a mind map about landscapes. You have 3 minutes, include natural features and climate, as well as your own ideas. I don't know if you are able to do this in a virtual mode. So here you have an example of our main map that the heading is landscapes. So it's an example for you. Then for next week, for the subject about science, yeah, you have to present that, okay? Or send me, I don't know, I will think about it. Okay, so let's read. Do you follow that I just said? Yes. Okay. The letter B, 2, says read Matt's list below and look at the movies posters. There are the movies posters. Complete the titles of the first 4 movies. So here, 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 and here. Which movies sounds most and least interesting? Tell a partner and explaining your reasons. So pay attention to the posters. Okay, this part here in your book. Pay attention to the movie posters here, just right here. And complete the list below, okay? Says best ever disaster movies. A list by Matt Weston, okay? Says that is in USA in the year 1996. The summary says, o el resumen de la película. 2 teams of storm chaser are in a race to test a scientific gadget on a tornado. So pay attention. Twister. Which one?
Twister.
Yes, Kenjuri. 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 Kenjuri or Kenjuri? Kenjuri or Kenjuri?
Kenjuri.
Kenjuri. Okay. Twister. Yes, it is. Good job. Okay, number 2. The summary says, the true story of a fishing boat crew who get caught out in the ocean in a hurricane. I saw that movie.
The Perfect Storm.
Yes. Okay. Number 3, the summary says, an emotional family story about the real life in 1976. earthquake that destroyed Tangshan and buried thousands of people. It's a great movie, actually. This is the title. Aftershock. Look, it's bigger in front of you. Okay, and the number 4 is a volcano. Eruption sends lava into the streets of Los Angeles. Where is it?
Volcano.
Volcano. Good. It was easy. There is another movie about disasters, natural disasters that you know. Hay otra película acerca de desastres naturales que ustedes conocen. For example, here, The Kid Who Lies. Avalanche. Firestorm. And, oh my God, I cannot see. Haunted. Okay, guys. Now let's work with words. For number 4, you have to write a correct natural disaster from math list in exercise 2. Then listen and check. So here I'm going to read for you, actually. Says, begins Matt. There are Matt, Emily. Yes, just Matt and Emily. Matt says, it's the Matt, Emily and Emily. Both says, movie review. Matt says, I'm Matt and I am Emily. And this week we review disaster movies. Emily and I just watched Avalanche on TV last month when there was nothing else on. It was absolutely hilarious. It hadn't laughed so hard in a long time. The special effects were terrible. There was a lot of plastic snow, and they used the same photos of the mountain again and again. It actually looked like 2 different mountains. That was such a bad movie. The acting was terrible, and it was so boring, and it wasn't even real. I prefer movies that have some sort of connection to real life, like Aftershock. We saw that on DVD. It's about an earthquake in Chile. The earthquake affected people's lives for years afterwards. Yeah, it was a very good movie. A little slow sometimes. It was one of those movies you think about for a long time. I found it absolutely fascinating, but very sad. Matt cried a lot. Did not, maybe just a little. Anyway, another good movie that we just watched is The Kid Who Lies. The landslide in the film really happened. Thousands of people were killed or left homeless. In the movie, you learn about Venezuela and how the landslide changes society. It made me really want to learn more about the country's history. Well, that is our review of disaster movies for this week. See you next week when we review science fiction movies. So here, you have to use articles a and n. It is a large wave. The word comes from Japanese.
Tsunami.
Yep. Good. Good, good. Okay, number 2. Is a fire that starts in the countryside or a forest and spreads very quickly.
Wildfire.
Yeah. Good. Number 3. Is when a volcano sends hot gas, ash, and melted rock or lava into the air.
Volcanic eruption.
Yes. Okay, good. Number 4. Okay, is a heavy full of earth, rocks, or mud down a hill?
Land of lake.
Yes. Landslide. Good. Number 5. Is a shaking movement of the earth.
Earthquake.
Yes. Number 6 is a large amount of snow and ice that falls down a mountain.
Avalanche.
Yes. Good. Okay, 7. It's a violent storm with strong winds and heavy rain that starts over the ocean.
Hurricane.
Yes.
Hurricane.
Yeah. Hurricane. Okay, number 8 is a strong wind that moves in a circle over land.
Twister.
No,
Tornado.
tornado. Yes. Number 9 is a long period without rain.
Drone.
Yeah. Okay, 10. And the last one is a large amount of water that covers an area that is usually dry.
Flood.
Flood.
Flood. Inundación. Okay, let me give you some time to finish. Okay, guys, now to finish here, because I know you want to finish. Look at the words in the box and decide if they are causes of natural disasters or consequences, or possibly both. Look at the words in the word box, in the box here: death, disease, global warming, homelessness, nuclear explosion, oh my God, and war. Look at the words and decide if they are causes of natural disasters. Si son causantes de desastres naturales or consequences, or possibly both. Estos son causantes de desastres naturales o consecuencias o posiblemente ambos. Think about it.
That we have to do.
Yes. Look at the pictures in the word box that are the words death. This is the
And classify them as consequence or
or
cause.
both.
Well,
What do you think?
the death is a consequence. The disease is another consequence. The global warming is a cause. The homelessness is a consequence. A nuclear explosion is a cause, and the war is both.
Okay, good. Any of the words in the word box you think is a natural, is caused by a natural, or can cause a natural disaster? I think no. Any of the words in the box are causes or are caused for a natural disaster. Okay. I want to talk with you guys